Greetings, geometry students. This is Mr. Heron. I realized that in the original notes, I did not put in an example where you have to find the angle using the law of cosine. So I just want to do that here with two quick examples. And you're still using the same law of cosines rule. Okay, so you're still using, the a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of big A. So I want to talk about what happens when you're trying to find that, and when you're trying to find the angle. So if we look here at this one, and you can either add this, sketch this quickly on the back of your notes, or do this on a separate sheet of paper, just so you have it. But let's consider this one. So we'll call this one number 1. If I'm trying to figure out angle C, okay, what I'm going to do is say 50 squared, because 50 is across, equals 44 squared plus 29 squared minus 2 times 44 times 29 times the cosine of C. Okay, that's going to be my setup, except now I know what a squared is, and I've got to kind of work my way back. So that would be 2,500. 44 squared is going to be 1936. 29 squared is 841. And then 2 times 44 times 29 is going to be 2552 cosine of C. Okay, so 1936 plus 841 is going to be 2777 minus 2552 cosine of C. Now, here's what I want to pay particular attention to. Some students would try to subtract that. That's not going to be correct. Okay, do not do that, because this 2552 is still attached to cosine C, so I can't do that. The way I do it instead is I'm going to subtract 2,777 from both sides and get negative 277, and that's going to equal negative 2,552 cosine of C. So then I'm going to divide. If you're asking where I got the negative, this has been subtraction the whole time. I just kept the sign. So if I'm going to take negative 277 divided by negative 2,552, that's going to give me negative 0.1085. And then final step to solve is to take cosine inverse of both sides, because that will cancel that out. So if I take cosine inverse of that answer, I'm going to get C is 83.77 degrees. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I've got a little bit different setup than I'm used to, but I'm still just going to kind of work my way around, and I'm going to solve until I get C by itself. Okay. Now, if I look over here, let's just say that I want to figure out. Let's just say that I want to figure out Z. I want to figure out angle Z. Well, if that's the case, then that kind of becomes that C squared. So 6 squared, or 9 squared equals 6 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 6 times 8 cosine of Z. Okay, so now kind of starting to multiply things out. Minus 2 times 6 times 8. That should be 96 cosine of Z. So 36 and 64 is going to be 100 minus 96 cosine of Z. And be very, very careful. Do not, the next wrong statement, a lot of kids will write 81 equals 4 cosine of Z. That's going to be wrong. Okay, I can't do that. What I need to do is subtract 100 from both sides. So 81 minus 100 is going to be negative 19 negative 96 cosine of z. So then divide by negative 96. So you have 0.19791. So if I take cosine inverse of that, I get z is equal to 78.585 degrees. Okay, so those are my two examples on how to solve for the angle. Be very, very careful of, let me change colors here. Be very, very careful at this step. And to solve, you're just going to take cosine inverse of whatever that decimal is. And that'll give you your answer. Okay, thank you.